welcome back to So Charming Quilts. I apologize that I've been persona non gratis for the last couple of weeks. I took my glasses off so that there wouldn't be too much glare. I feel like there's light, but it's like super bright in my face. Anyway, I apologize for being off the last couple of weeks. I had my grandchildren here for winter break, but I also just finished my second week in from surgery. So I'm doing better. I'm doing good. But it slowed me down quite a bit, and the recovery took me a little bit longer than I actually anticipated. So that's why we're a little delayed. So I'd like to get back on to our quilt along. If you're here for the first time, my name is Kathleen Reynolds. I have a shop called So Charming Quilts. It's online, and we are working on the quilt along, and I'm going to tilt my camera up just so you can see. I have gotten the entire, move my chair a little bit, hang on a second. I have gotten the whole middle section done. That is on page 5 of the instructions. There is something I do want to point out about it though. See, row 29, let me point the camera. I apologize, I don't have a camera person, so this is going to be a little bit of a little fluky here, but I wanted to show you this row here. This is row 29 at the top, and this is pretty much the end of the first section. I have the next 4 rows laid out that go around like a log cabin, and I think it's coming along nicely. Sorry, but I do want to point something out. If you are following along on the pattern, sorry, my hair is, apologize, I just realized my hair is everywhere, all over the place. That's better. On page 5 of your instructions, I'm going to show you the red outline is not 100% exact. It's just a representation, so you could have a close-up of the pattern instructions. So I wanted to show you something that's kind of important. Row 30, see 29 is up here, then it would go here to 30. 30 does not exist on this page, and 31 at the bottom starts with the 2 little small pieces, but that is not exactly correct. So I need you to know that page 4 has the rest of the quilt, which I have blocked out, but as you can see, 29 is up here, and this is 30. 30 goes to here, and 31 is actually starts, is that 31? No, 31 starts right here, and what you can't quite see, 31 starts right here, what you can't quite see is before you get to those 2 small pieces right there, you have this 2.5 inch block. So you need to go to page 4 to go from 30, which is just on the outside of that red line, which is part of the center, to where the bottom line is not completely. So what you need to do is the 2.5 inch block is right here that starts row 31, and then the rest of the instructions are inside that red dotted line, so that is going to be here, right here. So you would have that 2.5 inch block, then the 2, and then the measurements for the rest. And then row 32 is up here, and then from here it goes strictly onto page 4. So for row 33, 30, 31, 32, and then 33 is at the top. And then by the time you get to 33, you're on the outside of that red, so you should be able to just keep going. So row 31, right here at the bottom, it's a little misleading, so you want to be careful that you're absolutely paying attention to that 2.5 inch block that's going to start that row with then the 2 small pieces and then the 4 pieces, and you'll get those measurements with the exception of the 2.5 inch block, which is on page 4. The rest of this measurement for this row and row 32 going up is on page 5. And then you can row 33 and 34, or 33 that I have at the top, is on page, sorry, I said 4. Let me try this again. The 2.5 inch block measurement for row 31 is on page 4. The rest of the block measurement for this row is on page 5, inside that red line. The measurements, the complete measurement for row 32 going up this side is on page 5. Row 33 and beyond is going to be on page 4. And page 4 is where the entire outer from the center has been blocked off for you. You can get this download on my website. The link will be in the description below. So I wanted to tell you that so you knew that, because it took me a minute or two to just really look at it and make sure that I wasn't missing anything. So there you go. So let's continue. I cannot guarantee how long this video is going to be. I'm going to try to just do some cutting and sewing, and you can hang out with me, you can ask questions, you can get one-on-one help. I am offering one-on-one help with anyone who has questions about the pattern or about the procedure or anything else. So there you have it. And I have made a few mistakes on this already. If you can't see the mistakes, good for me. That's the whole point. We know our own mistakes, but most people looking don't see them. That's good. I actually will tell you what happened. One of my rows is not one of my rows like it's supposed to be. So I'm a little nervous that I might actually run out of fabric, but that's not really possible because I have fabric here on bolts, so I can make it up as I go along if I need to. But what happened was I have my design wall and everything, and I got almost all the way through the center pieces, and I saw a row at the bottom because I've been sewing my rows and at least putting them around so I could keep working and keep working. Well, something didn't look right, and so I thought I maybe didn't cut a row or I missed something or somewhere. No, so I recut for that particular row, did several rows after that, and then as I was moving my chair, I realized that row had fallen off my design wall and onto the floor. Yes, those happen to people who've been doing this for far too long. So I just tossed it in my bin. If I need it, I'll figure out what I'm going to do with it. But hopefully I will have enough fabric that it won't be a big deal. Of course, I have plenty of fabric here at the studio anywhere, where my sewing room anyway, so I'm not worried about it. But it was a little disconcerting. One, it was phenomenal to know that I wasn't crazy and I actually did have that row prepared. It just fell off and I didn't see it until too late. I had rows sewed after it, so you make do. Mistakes happen. And then, you know, the other thing, I'm happy about the fact that I wasn't crazy. I really had done it, and a little disconcerted that now it gives me a little anxiety. Concerned that I will have enough fabric. We're going to move beyond this now. Everybody has those moments, those miscut moments, those misplaced blocks, those missed something, missed row, or like my very close friend Diane, she had shown a few blocks that she was working on Instagram and realized after the fact that she had sewn one of the rows completely rotated the wrong way. Happens to the best of us. So if you want, you can comment below about one of your worst mess ups that you thought would be disastrous and it turned out to be okay. Because I am going with it's gonna be okay. All right, so moving on, I have 4 rows that I should put on and get that sewn. So I'm gonna work on that. You can work along with me. Have any questions, drop them in the comments below. So for those of you who have probably watched my my other videos, I basically have some clips and some pins in here. And if you've watched my other videos, I clip the seams that are going to be at the bottom against my feed dogs, and since they're pressed open, I have them clipped so that when I get up to them, it's not going to flip these seams, you know, wonky ways underneath. And then on these match up to these top small pieces match up to seams with other small pieces on the row that I'm connecting it to. So I pin them. If you've seen my other videos, I show you that I pin them so very close to that seam because I've got the actual, you know, seam matched up, and then I have pinned right next to it so it's not moving anywhere, and it will keep this intersection perfectly aligned. Those seams will not be askew. Well, I would say 99.9% of the time they're not askew. But that's why I pin it this way, because it works every time. If you want those seams to line up, they're going to if you do it this way. That's just my tip of the day. Now that we're getting to the bulkier part of the the actual outer parts of this quilt top, it's going to get a little bit, you know, going to do finagling more with the quilt top itself. now is the part where, even though I can finger press this up, I will actually go to the iron, and I will actually press it correctly, because it's going to become more important as we go along. And I also do a quick press. See, all of these seams go outwards from the center on all the sides, so it fans out on these rows. Okay, so this video is going to be relatively short, but I will keep going on my rounds. I have a lot more fabric to cut, and since it would get primoly confusing if I cut them all at once first and then tried to put it together. This is why we do it a little bit at a time and around. I have gotten all the way up to row 33. 30, 31, 32, 33. Row 33. See? It's coming along. It's looking pretty good. I like it. What do you think? Does yours look similar or very different? Anyway, so yeah, keep going. There happens to be 62 rows. Once you get past the 29 to 33 mark, you're pretty much in the clear to keep going on the outer rounds on page 4. So keep going. I am hoping to have at least 42 rows done before the next couple of days, and I'm going to try to film again so you can see the progress. It may dwarf my design wall, but we'll take it as it comes. Have a great time. If you haven't subscribed to our channel and you'd like to see more videos that come out after this, keep coming back and subscribe to our channel. Give us a like if you have taken away any valuable tips that are usable. And we appreciate you doing the quilts along with So Charming Quilts. I'm Kathleen Reynolds, and I hope to see you here again soon.